You know, I have a friend that really pulled through to this time. Like it's just, like blew my mind.
Why are people pulling through for you all the time?
What do you mean? I know people that never pull for you. It's like
No. I mean,
you have no friends. I'm just joking.
I feel like
I'm
none of your friends are. You take, but you never give.
What do you mean I take and I never give? I give Brennan so much
You already gave away the
unnecessary
of the
things.
gas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. You know what? Just cue the
Are
intro.
you serious?
Hello, guys. Two Latin Brothers podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
I'm Adrian, and Brennan is having a heart attack on the other side of the
I announced who it was before like everything even happened.
Look, we clearly were rusty because we've been indoors too long.
Yeah, honestly,
Like doing this week to week like this has been an adventure.
it literally has.
Like the sound quality has also gone out the window.
We have no good sound quality,
I mean, because it's all over a call, and then everyone's like, "Oh, use Zoom," and then when you Zoom,
and then it sounds even worse.
It sounded like complete trash. I was so disappointed. Everyone hypes up Zoom so much. Anyway, Brennan, how you been during the quarantine?
I've been trying to, stay sane and stuff. Playing on my playing on PlayStation, on my computer and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's I'm trying to survive.
Survival.
He's like,
yes,
my survival instincts are for me to game. That's my survival.
Yes.
I remember. I used to have this friend, which I'm gonna text him like at some point because he's been posting on social media how bored he is. So I'm gonna see if I can get him to be a guest on the podcast. But he used to be a very big gamer, or I don't even know if he still is. He was a really big gamer, and I remember this one time when we were in grade 8. This game came out, and it was being shipped to his house, but it got shipped to his house like midday, and our teacher let him leave school early so he could go home and play the game.
What?
Yeah, it was like the craziest thing. I kid you not. This like actually happened.
Brennan's like, I need a teacher like this.
Like, can I get a teacher like that? What?
Well, no. Okay, so here's the thing. So she was also like a really big gamer. Like this one time, she told us how her son left his like DS. He was like playing his DS or something, and he fell asleep. And she went in to check on him, and she found his DS. And then she's like, "So I saved his game, and then picked it up, and then went into like my room, like with my husband. My husband was like already like passed out." She's like, "So what's the logical thing to do?" I open the DS and start playing. She's like, "I started my own file." She's like, "I started playing." It's like Mario or something like that. She's like, "I beat the game that night. I also haven't slept." We were all like, "Are you for real?" She's like, "Yep. That's the story of my life." We're like, "Well, all right then." Yeah, that was the kind of teacher she was.
We all need teachers like this.
I mean, you guys do. There's a gym teacher who he was a really big gamer. I remember when I was in high school, the high school you guys go to. He's also the writer, Brennan, so you understand who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's okay. Brennan clicks that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so,
I was thinking about him.
Yeah, he was a very big gamer. I remember, I think it was Halo Wars or Halo 5 that came out when I was in high school, or it was like
Halo 4.
Or probably Halo 4. You're probably right. It's one of those. But I remember when it came out, he was like, "Okay, guys, so for next 3 to 4 days, I may not be at 100%." And we're like, "Why?" He's like, "Because I'm trying to get through Halo, like the whole campaign." Or like, "Are you for real?" And he's like, "Yeah, I already got it." And this guy, he was like, we were all like, "Dude, like not even us, not even like the teenagers who are like adamant fans. What are you doing?" He's like, "It's why I have a job. I have money. I can buy things."
Yeah, he seems like a very big gamer and stuff. Like, he talks about how he plays Overwatch and stuff, and we won this one Google Meets, and he has a whole gamer headset and everything.
Yeah,
like the mic.
Yeah, he's very actually, he was telling us this one story. This is great. He had this one story where he was telling us how he used to teach I think it was like business administration at the time, where he was I think some other game had come, some Call of Duty game had come out, and he was up all night playing it, and the next day at work he told his students to like just read or whatever, and then he's like, "I'm gonna take a quick nap," and he like passed out on like the desk. And he's like, so my class was in shambles, and then the principal at the time walked into the classroom, like just out of nowhere. And the principal, like the students don't care. No, like I'm asleep on the desk, like I'm just like passed out on the side. And the principal like walks over and like taps me on the shoulder. Hey, what's going on? And he's like, I got drool all over the side of my face. He's like, and I look at her like, hi, what's going on? Like, he just had no idea what was going on. But like, he's like that. That's when I realized he's like, I gotta like tone it down a little because it's like it's a little much. But like, you see this type of stuff in movies, and then he's like, this is my life. This is my real life. It was the funniest thing. So that's all you've been doing, just gaming and trying to stay sane.
I mean, I've been doing homework too and stuff. Reading the
Sounds so excited about homework.
Oh, did you hear how we don't have exams?
Yeah, that's great. You know what I'm saying? I don't need exams no more. I'm saying, how are we supposed to come in?
Well, they could make you do them online.
Saying too much.
They don't know. You gotta keep it down low.
Welcome to uni or college. That's what they do.
Well, that's because they have responsibility. We're teenagers.
It's also because we're paying for it.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
No, we're.
I mean, technically, our parents are paying for it with their tax money, too. But besides,
FBI might be hearing you.
We're Canadian.
You know what I love about Canada is like like when they put like and those disclaimers in front of movies that the FBI will prosecute you if you like distribute the movie illegally or like whatever like they'll like legally prosecute. I'm like, this is great. You know why? My brother tells me why. I'm like, because we're in Canada. We're not in their jurisdiction. I can share this with whoever I want. No one's gonna care because I'm in Canada. It's like the funniest thing. And then I have teacher. Actually, there's a teacher who's a tech teacher who he like does that. He like backs up all his movies onto like the cloud or whatever, and then he like shares them with his whole family.
He's like, "Oh, did you watch this movie? Don't worry, I got it backed up."
Like it's the funniest thing. I also love like because I'm in college and all the stuff I've done. There was like this teacher, this professor. This one time I walked into his office, and I kid you not, Brennan, he was downloading like all of Grey's Anatomy. Like just all of like he was just like torrenting like whatever, like illegally downloading all of Grey's Anatomy during our class. He's like, because we were talking, and he's like, "Hey, I have to go get something from my office. You want to like walk and talk with me?" Yeah, sure. So I walk always back to his office, and he opens like the door of his office, and his computer screen is on. And I just see him like the torrents running of like, and I read the first thing, Grey's Anatomy. I'm like, "Sir, what are you doing?" He's like, "It's the only thing the college Wi-Fi is good for." And I turn to look at him and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, like when I signed up for the college, I signed a waiver that said I wasn't going to do that at the college. And he's like, "They don't care anyway." And I was like, "What?"
That's a thing.
Like, apparently, I didn't know this, but at the college I went to, and most colleges, you're not allowed to game, you're not allowed to stream like illegal movies and stuff. And there's a whole list of things you're not allowed to do on the Wi-Fi. Which is what everybody does on the Wi-Fi.
Like game, like
you're not allowed to game on the Wi-Fi.
Well, I'm sure there's a gaming club.
No, like here's what's really fun. We're not allowed to game on the Wi-Fi, but they would have like Overwatch tournaments at the college.
What the?
I'm not kidding you. And then they had I think they had a PUBG one too, and like it was just like hilarious. It was like the funniest. They had like a Smash Bros one too. It was hilarious. It was the funniest.
But it's just like, this sounds like my type of college.
I was like, what's the name? That's where I'm going to school. I remember they had this one crazy Smash tournament, like a Smash Bros tournament, where you had to pay $25 to participate, and at the end you'd win like all the participants' money. So like there were like anywhere between 100 people who like went in, so it was like crazy money. Yeah.
That's straight robbery. I don't.
No, what do you mean?
Well, like, I mean, like, you believe in yourself and you think you can do it.
Imagine if you win, though, right? Like, imagine like at least 25% of them are like noobs because they just walked by, right?
And they're just like, "Oh, I'm gonna give it a try."
Yeah, right. So like the rest of the people are like actually somewhat good, and if you've like practiced or played enough, like with one specific character, and you know that character's ins and outs fairly well. You could I had a friend who he did it and he like got to like 4th or 5th place. And he was so cheesed when he lost because like he missed a jump and he fell off the edge. It was like the saddest moment of his life.
I know that feeling. That sucks.
But like he was like crazy though. He had like a mod on his GameCube running on the side while running the game at the same time, where you had like hitboxes where like you could see like the exact spot like where you'd have to hit the character to do like a crazy knockback and stuff. Like that's how he would practice. I'm like, and he lost, and I was like, this is insane. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Well, you can have all the good stuff, but it's all on skill.
I mean, I'm just a big fan of Kirby. Let's be real.
Like, I mean,
he's a space warrior.
I mean, it's Kirby.
See, it's Kirby.
He has a plushie. That's
crazy. I have a plushie. Yes, for those who are wondering, I have a plushie Kirby that I got. I spent like $20 on it, and then when
the Nintendo store that closed.
Yeah, and then when my parents asked me why I spent this much money, I'm like, it's Kirby. What are you talking about? I have like every Kirby game ever. And they're like, why? I'm like, have you not seen how cute this little guy is? He's like tiny.
If you don't know who Kirby is, go
like,
search him up.
What was our friend who thought it was a Pokemon? I was I can't even right now.
Pokemon.
They thought it was Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But come on now.
I was distraught, Brennan. Distraught. I almost stormed out. Like that's how upset I was. Like I'm done.
See, the thing is, we started traveling, and my brother took the Kirby with him. That's when it got weird. You know, he started taking pictures of his Kirby, like, in all these sceneries. I'm like, the site is way too epic for, like, you just taking pictures of a Kirby.
It was great. I also started using him, like, as a tripod, because, like, I did, like, a few time-lapses of stuff, and I'd, like, place him and then, like, lean my phone on it. It's great. And, like, people thought I was, like, vlogging. I'm like, no, I'm just taking a time-lapse, like. Did you like walk by the camera and be like, "Oh, what you see?" I'm like, I'm not filming.
It's like I'm not filming. I'm not filming this way.
Not this way. I'm filming that way. Like over me, not behind. Like it's the funniest thing. People like walk by and be like, "Oh my gosh, he's filming us. We're gonna be on YouTube." There's like one guy like walk by like this.
No, honestly, I think I photobombed like at least 27 people.
All right, so let's give context. So like this past summer, we actually talked about it on a podcast. I think it was an episode. Did we record it there or after?
After.
Yeah, okay, so we went to Niagara Falls. And I was like, so I had Kirby with me. And I was taking like pictures of Kirby like by the falls and stuff. It's just like, I was like, I'm going to make a great meme joke with this later. I never got around to it. But like, I was like, this will be a great joke later on. And, like, I'll throw it in the group chat or whatever. But that when I was doing that, people were like walking by and like, what is this? What is he doing? Like, and then my brother was just like, people will be taking pictures. He'd keep walking. He'd be like,
just like I just throw a peace sign
and we'll keep walking.
So I'm like on over 20 people's like photos, like in the background, just like throwing up a peace sign, just casually. I'm like, if you zoom real back, you can see me there.
It's like, who is this guy photobombing all these people from around the world?
It's actually funny because like a few of them don't look like they're from the country.
Yeah.
And like they're not like speaking English, and they have like a tour guide, and I'm just there like throwing peace signs everywhere. So literally I could be like somewhere in New Zealand. I don't know.
Why you know they speak English in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, I know, but still.
You said they don't look like they speak.
Okay.
No, never mind.
Well, you want me to say Spain? You want me to say Madrid?
I mean, they were from all over the place. Like we saw, like the other thing too is like,
there's so many Latinos coming out, man.
Yo, man, that was like the craziest. So we were walking around. And okay, so Brennan, I don't know if you know, but me and Victor speak Spanish fairly well.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yes.
I don't know what you told him or not told him. Like
I'm not. You guys got Latin in your name. I think I got it by now.
Yeah, too Latin, bro. Oh my god.
What did they think we're Italian?
Brennan, would you like to be the co-host now? I'm quitting.
Yeah, I can't like, we can't. Brennan would be like, you know how hard it would be to have a conversation every week over Skype.
Easy. He's got time. Well, actually, earlier today he didn't. But, like, he's got the rest of the time, like, there's a little gray area.
This is where you operate. Yeah. It's like, I was telling Victor how I want to do, like, a series of bits with people where, like, once a week we'll alternate with people where, like, I don't know, like, advice with this person where they give, like, a random piece of advice. And it's, like, a good, like, 5 to 10, good to 5. No, I'll say 5 minutes, like, a good 5-minute bit. Where like you just ramble on about like something like just completely irrelevant, but at the end it ends with like advice. like to the people, and my brother's like, that would be like the funniest thing, but like executing this every week is hard enough just getting a guest. Like every week to execute this, like I need someone to stay on and just be that person till like the end of time.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So I'm still waiting for you to like drop a YouTube channel.
I got one, but like I'm never gonna use it.
Oh, that's great. I saw you have a TikTok now.
Brennan, this is like a missed opportunity for you. Brennan, there's just so much. Like honestly, like I scroll through Instagram and I hit one of your videos and I'm like anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes after I've seen the video, I'm still laughing about it.
Like I catch my brother and he's just like, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Have you seen Brennan's video?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was pretty good."
Like I'm still thinking about it. Like I'm still there. Like
there's some hidden potential there.
Yeah, like honestly, like all the time. What is it? The other day we were like, if we were to like grow in like a really big group, like if we were to start like a group of like people on like social media and stuff, my brother's like, I'm taking Brennan. Everybody else could just go die. He's
I'm like, I'm taking Brennan with.
Like, what about me? It's like, no, I'm taking Brennan.
I never run out of content.
Oh no!
You know how many things we've talked about? You know how many things I haven't talked to him about? You know, like that's a lot of content.
I mean, but that's also pretty repetitive for the audience because it'd probably be the same audience.
Okay, and
you'd just be telling the same stories.
I wouldn't be saying the same stories again. He's a different person. The conversation can lead different locations within my mind. Yeah.
You mean within his mind?
Yeah, within his. I don't know what I'm saying. I got lost. What were we talking about?
So, what games you been playing, Brennan? he's already lost.
Let's think about this. All right, so let's see. I bought this one game that was originally on the Dreamcast, but I got on this thing called Jet Set Radio. That was pretty cool. It's like a skating game. Then on my PS4, I'm playing GTA 5. I'm too scared to go on there right now. You know, green and purple aliens are all over it. You guys know about that?
No. I'm sure.
Okay, so basically, there was some TikTok video of these guys on GTA Online going around beating up people in a big old green van and alien suits, right? They were called the Green Aliens. And then people became purple aliens to counteract the green aliens. So now it's this big old gang war between purple and green aliens.
So what you're saying is they made gangs within GTA 5.
Yes, it's
more
weird.
Gangs. More gangs. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, you know.
It's like a full circle kind of. I think we should work on the naming scheme, but sure, whatever.
Well, it's because, you know, the Pentagon released the aliens, you know.
So have you seen that? How the Pentagon, like, declassified pictures and, like, videos of, like, what they claim to be a...
unidentified flying object.
Well, it's not even that. They're calling it unidentified...
something.
I can't remember.
Aerial something.
They changed the name. It's not UFO anymore. It's UF something. I don't remember what the other letter is.
I saw photos or something, but that's it.
Yeah, like I found that like
a bunch of people are just like, oh, now after all these years, now that they decided to finally let us know that there's some form of life out there.
Now that we're all in quarantine,
now that we can't do nothing about it, you
know, we're not allowed to walk outside.
I've seen a bunch of memes now of people being like, you know, 2020 break out all the aliens out of Area 51, and now the aliens are just breaking out themselves.
The aliens are just done.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe that's what they're trying to make us quarantine for, not the coronavirus. They use the coronavirus to make us go inside so they can use the entire world as a battlefield for the aliens.
This conspiracy.
You heard it here
first. This is why I take Brennan.
Yeah, he's the one mapping it all out. He's like, I got the little dots. He's like, I got the lines. They all connect.
He's like, I got a board behind me.
So it's like a whiteboard. He slides it into the screen. He's like, okay, so right here we see that. It's great. He's got little pins with like string attached to them and like red and yellow. It's like, so this connects to this.
It's like a crime scene, but not. Just see all smudges everywhere.
So whiteboard.
Exactly, all the smudges.
No.
Okay, moving on.
Actually, there was this. Have you seen like footage of like areas that are like desert, like the city's being deserted?
Yeah.
Like I was telling my brother, if you're like planning to film a post-apocalyptic film where like the planet's deserted, now is the best time to get B-roll for that. Because all the cities are like empty. New York empty, Tokyo empty, like all the cities in Europe, Paris empty, like even the cities here empty, like all the cities in the US empty. They're like deserted, and I'm like, now is the time to get B-roll because nobody in the streets. It's like, you remember that, like, you know, like when you try to, like, you see something interesting and you're like, I want to take a shot of this, but people keep walking by. Now nobody walks by. It's the perfect time to take that shot.
Yeah, there's so many places we should go right now, but we shouldn't go right now.
Yo, man, there's like so many spots I want to take pictures of, but I'm like, I can't go there because it's too populated anyway.
Yeah, so sad.
It's the real world, bro.
I can't imagine all those like tourist attraction places where there's always people, and like either way, like when there's no like tourists, there's still people.
So there's people who like, well, if it's not actually, no, they're probably, a lot of them are probably closed.
Yeah. Like the area,
like Niagara Falls right now must be empty.
Yeah,
like that walkway by it must be desert. Like it looks like a ghost town, where it's like always packed. That's it. That place, it's like its own city, and it brings in more money than like almost everywhere else, just like on tourism.
I keep trying to like I'm sorry, but like I keep getting glare of sun in my eye, and I keep trying to move around, and it's not working out in my favor. So I think I'm just gonna kick you out, Adrian, and just like, you know, get some.
Here, let me move the camera. There we go. There we go. Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Problem solved.
What were we talking about?
How do you forget topics this quickly, man? How do you do this?
we do this every week, Brennan. It's hard. It's hard to have a conversation every week. I don't. Every single day. I've been stuck with him for like over a month. All we do is talk to each other. So like now I'm just like, I'm walking around like, should we just be recording everything? Like, because every conversation we have is like, it's essentially content. So I'm like, do we just record everything? Like, I don't know anymore.
Carry like little mics on.
No. Know how hard it would be to edit 24-hour footage?
We wouldn't. It'd be raw. It'd be ongoing, world's longest live streamed podcast,
and it's just audio.
Actually, no, that would be a radio show.
You'd hear Victor shower.
It's like just like all the water, and be like, "Oh my gosh, my armpits be sweaty." Well, okay, they wouldn't be sweaty after I'm in the shower. They'd be like sweaty prior to shower.
Brennan's
face is just like,
what? Okay. This is what we're living with.
Honestly, it's these walls are coming in, man. I'm trapped.
It's getting to us, Brennan. That's what we're telling you. It's getting.
I feel that. I understand.
When was the last time you went outside?
I think it was.
It was 2019.
2019. I think it was. Was it? Yeah, it was last week because my fitness teacher wants us to go outside and stuff. I'm just like, why would I do that? I'm not trying to kill myself, but I'm not trying to fail my class. So I go outside. You know what I'm saying? I take a couple photos, and it's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of signs everywhere, super deserted.
Yeah,
like, the photos were nice. You know what I'm
saying? That's what I'm saying. Photos are so nice now. There's no people in them. There's no people to ruin it. We went out 2 days, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 4 days ago.
I went out 2 days ago.
Well, I went out. Oh no, I went out with you. That's why I went to the bakery, right?
Oh yeah,
so that's like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Because
look, I don't know, man. Like, I'll walk outside.
No, it's because we go to like this local bakery shop where we get our bread. We don't just go anywhere for bread. Yeah,
we're very specific. Anyway, that's not the. The point is that we went outside. But here's the thing, Brennan. It was gray outside. Like it was like cloudy. So I went from being inside in the dark to being outside in the dark.
Ooh.
So it was like, okay,
did I really leave
like,
home?
I don't even know anymore. The difference is like it's the same. There's no difference.
You literally stay inside to do nothing, to go outside and do nothing.
Well,
unless you're going grocery shopping.
Well, we also went by like this ice cream place, and they have like, and they're open. They're only open seasonally, and they're open now. But it's really funny because everyone's ordering through the glass door. Like you're not allowed to walk in. You have to order through the glass door, and the person on the other side of the glass door can't really hear you. So the person on the outside's like screaming at you what they want.
It's great.
It's like you're like walking by and you just see this like I want an ice cream cone.
You want cones? You want just a single cone? No ice cream?
Do you want a waffle cone? Do you want a chocolate dip? Like what kind of cone?
It's great.
Like it's the funniest thing. Like just like the way we're interacting, and then everyone who walks by you is like terrified of you.
They're just like, oh my gosh, they got the corona. Yeah. They look at you like you're some kind of virus.
It's because we're all walking viruses. We're all walking incubators.
Literally, we're all hosts. We're all possible hosts.
We're all petri dishes.
Exactly.
That's horrible.
Brennan's just like, that's deep.
I was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
It's like if you think about it, it's more like a zombie apocalypse. Because technically, if you have the coronavirus, you're the zombie. Because you're still alive, but you're like dying. You know what I mean?
You're also contagious to other people.
Yeah, by fluid.
He's thinking about it.
He's like, "This is good content."
His eyes are twitching. I don't know what. I think that's a screen. I don't know if that's like lag. I'm a little confused. I think we blew his mind.
My brain just did like the Windows shutdown sound real quick. Oh, give me a second. Okay. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Brennan, we broke him.
We broke him for like a good second. Oh, wait, now it actually broke. The screen froze.
Oh?
Yeah, it froze.
He's frozen in time.
Yeah, the screen's froze, but his voice isn't.
Oh, now he's just twitching around the screen. That's gonna give him some type of... It's back down.
That's what you look like. Just like you look like some kind of like twitching maniac or something. I don't know.
Got like a muscle spasm traveling up his body.
He's got some kind of tick that makes his whole body just go. Oh fudge! This is gonna sound really bad.
This is what it's like recording over the internet. Like. There's just so many like things that like
interfere.
Like who was it we were talking with? Where like the call just like cut in the middle. We were like talking with someone, and the call just like cut in the dead middle of it. But then we started over, like right where we left off, and I edited it so like you couldn't tell. But like there's like a good 15 minutes of just like trying to figure it out. Like stupid.
Oh god.
Yeah. Story of our lives.
See, we would do just phone calls, but there's something about being able to see another person's expression and build off of that, you know, and build more conversation.
Yeah. It's also more comedic for us
and more interactive, you know.
Interactive.
I
can't interact with Brennan.
I'm interacting.
You can't interact with a screen. You can't do that,
bro. I'm touching the screen right now.
It's not me.
You don't just slap Brett across the face because I'm mad at him. That's not how this works.
I'm gonna come through that screen.
Sam's just gonna like portal through it.
You know what? Give me a minute. I'll be at your house in 15.
Like what is it? I had a friend who he went over to visit. Why did it get so dark all of a sudden?
What the heck? Oh my god!
Huh? Okay, there. Okay, sorry. It's just like the focus. Can't handle the focus for some reason. So a friend of, anyway, what was I saying? Can you like focus? For those who are wondering what the sound was, I just hit him in the shoulder.
Oh my god.
I pretended to throw a punch.
And he does that so much to me, like I'm used to it now.
He doesn't even flinch, like just no flinch. I think he's broken. No reflex.
You know what worries me about that is that if I ever get in a confrontational situation, someone's gonna knock me out because I'm not gonna flinch. Like, there's just gonna be this fist coming at me, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah. Just gonna knock me out cold. They're gonna be like, why didn't he move out of the way?
I've trained you in the art of non-flinchery.
But it's just like, this is messed up.
It's like, this is messed up. Like, It's like, who am I talking to?
What was I saying? I was saying something about how a friend went over to another friend's house. Oh yeah, so a friend went over to another friend's house, and he texted the guy. He's like, I'm here. He's like, why are you here? He's like, you said to come over. He's like, no, I said I'd call you later. You to call you later? I said, come over.
I love how when I actually asked you if you wanted to be on the podcast, you're just like, so you want me to come over? Or you want to do like this like long distance social distancing edition?
I mean, it would have been really funny because like we would have had like Brennan like sit outside, like
we'd be like in the
house,
window, like we got a bench outside our house.
We'd be screaming at him through the window, and it'd be really hard to record because it'd be like cars driving by and like this.
Well, there isn't that many cars, you know.
No, well, I mean, like garbage trucks and whatever, and our neighbor has this really loud dog that would just be barking at Brennan the entire time aggressively, and I'd be like, "Can someone tie that dog or tell him to be quiet because I'm trying to go." And Brennan be like just laughing the whole time and be like, "Stop laughing! I can't hear you."
Then how do you know he's laughing?
I said they can't hear you.
Oh.
I meant the audience, not as in us. I meant they by like the audience. As in,
I got it.
I don't know.
I don't know why I'm trying to over-explain.
I don't know what we're doing anymore. Like, it's just.
I'm gonna take a nap. You guys have fun.
Brennan, is your sleep schedule broken?
I've been going to sleep at like 1 a.m., but my mom just told me she wants me in bed at 11 now. So I don't know.
He doesn't know if it's broken yet.
So what time are you waking up at?
12.
No, not that late. Probably like 10 or 11 now. So.
Okay, so here's the thing. Our sleep schedule, my sleep schedule was broken to begin with, but now it's more broken.
No, see, I think that we have something. I don't know what it is, but we have something that allows us to like not sleep and yet still have energy. Because we go to sleep like 3 a.m. and I'm waking up at 6 a.m. and have full energy. Like it's like something we can just do. I don't know why. It's just we've trained our body to just do it.
No, I think it has to do with like our backgrounds, our native backgrounds. Because back in the day, the natives had someone keep watch, and I'm sure we're part of that watchman lineage.
Yeah.
Like also, like I have a problem where like if I hear a sound or anything, okay, so like this happened like a couple of days ago, like a week ago now. I was sleeping, okay. It's like I don't know, like 3-4 in the morning. This squirrel, I kid you not, this squirrel landed on the roof, and I hear dum. But here's the thing, Brennan, that dum woke me up, and that was it.
He was awake from then on.
I never went back to sleep. You know what's really great about this story, Brennan? I went to bed at 2:30 in the morning. I woke up at 4:30. I only slept like 2 hours.
Oh my god!
Never slept again. This is a problem. Like lately, like I've been able to like try to fall asleep again, but like now it's like it's over. Yeah. I woke up. That's the end.
See, the thing is, he got the ears, I got the nose. So like anything I smell, it's just like it bothers me. It's awful. Yeah.
It's horrible, Brennan. You don't know what it's like. Brennan's like, yo, man, I'm a light sleeper too. You don't get it.
Brennan just pulls this out like a doctor's form of being like, I'm an insomniac.
No, he pulls out like his sleeping pills. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So what time you waking up at?
Wait, what the?
I think we're all confused.
Wait, but Victor said, you guys just finished that topic about sleeping, and then Victor said, what are we talking about? Like, wait, you just finished talking.
This is what it's like having a co-host as a brother. Like, it's so hard, Brennan. Like, I'm looking for a new co-host. I'm taking auditions. I'm doing interviews. I'm taking resumes and cover letters. I'm looking for at least 2 years of experience.
Sorry, Brennan. He can't hire you. He doesn't even have 2 years of experience. If he doesn't, I don't. You know, it's kind of like a duo thing. You know.
What's really funny is like we've been doing this for so long now. Like we've gotten to a point now where I don't remember the stories I've told and the stories I haven't told.
You've said this before.
Yes, I have. I've even said this before, but like the level of like confusion now is just it's insane. because we've literally have like an hour worth of content uploaded for like anywhere between 70 to 72 weeks now straight.
Yeah.
So that's like 72 hours of just
us talking. You can literally listen to us for like a good, like, what? How many days?
You can listen to us for like almost 3 days straight.
Yeah.
And Brennan's like, wow, that's so exciting. I almost wish I cared.
No, see, the thing is, like, people also think like we're scripted. So they're just like, oh my gosh, that joke was so like on cue, and they're just like, do you guys script this stuff? And I'm just like,
nah, man, we're
just that stupid.
We just sit down and hit record and hope for the best. Brennan, what's your TikTok?
Huh?
What's your TikTok?
I can't leak that. Are you crazy?
I'm gonna leave it in the description.
What?
No, we're gonna leave his Instagram in the description. We always leave your Instagram in the description.
Because I mean, his Instagram is great. If you haven't seen Brennan on Instagram, what is it?
Highly recommend
it. Is it Hokage?
Brennan Hokage.
Brennan, no, it's not. It's not Brennan. It's Hokage something else. Or is it Brennan Hokage?
Or is it Brennan the Hokage? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not his friend. You are.
And you call yourself a fan.
I am a fan. I just like I scroll through his and I'm like, this is great. Like every time he uploads, I'm like, I'm already hyped. It hasn't even loaded yet. I was going Brennan's love, like, oh, this is gonna be hype. But yeah, you guys should go follow and check out his stuff. Like it is.
It's good.
It's so much stuff. Like what is it?
Good.
The Twitter one the other day made me laugh so hard. Oh my goodness. It's like trying to tweet it. It was great. It was awesome.
That one, that one part right there probably took me like the longest to record because I had to like record myself typing. And originally I was gonna type the whole thing, but I realized I can't type that fast. I suck at typing. So then I realized all I have to do, I'm gonna just type LIC in Catholic and then school. But then I realized I can't see myself type. So I had to attempt that like 20 times before I actually got it right.
How are you editing your videos? Are you just doing it on your phone or like?
Yeah, it's I use iMovie a lot. It's just like very simple. So yeah.
I see.
He's pulling it to its full potential.
I mean, I'm out here using, like Premiere.
Okay, well, stop bragging.
I'm out here using.
It's not like we're actually using it, though.
I mean, I'm just out here using all the pro stuff. I'm just saying. Just thought I'd drop that. I put that out there.
Oh my god!
For those who trying to punch me.
See, the thing is, like, we're doing this over a Skype call. So for Brennan, it looks like I almost did hit him. It's just like, it's going so fast. So it's just like, oh my gosh, he just hit it. It's great.
We had someone suggested that we should like our first video should just be like us punching each other, like wrestling straight up, just like furiously punching each other. And I'm like, why? Like, I think it'd be pretty funny. I'm like, you want to watch us beat each other up, don't you? And he's like, yeah, that's exactly it.
I mean, like, I'm down. Like, I mean, send that person a message. I'll fight them. I'm just joking. And if they beat me, then we can wrestle. That will be the deciding factor.
I don't know about that.
They're gonna kill me.
I don't know how I feel about it.
They're jacked, aren't they? I know it. I'm dead.
I don't feel good.
I'm going into the light now. You know what? No, I'm not.
Brennan can see that, but everybody else is just lost. Because there's like, well, you keep saying how there's like the
glare, like all this glare. Like I feel like I'm a vampire straight out of Twilight. You know, I'm glistening, glowing.
Skin sparkling.
I got like little diamonds coming out.
I still don't get how that happened. How did Twilight get so big?
The book. Also, Jacob versus Edward, and Edward versus Jacob for those who are gonna come at me.
It's just so. I don't like. It's like what is the Hunger Games or was it? Where it was like what was it?
Yeah, but Hunger Games
versus,
brought us Fortnite. So like,
what was Liam Hemsworth's name? What was his name? What was his character's name?
Who?
Liam
Hemsworth was in that movie.
Liam Hemsworth, yeah, he was like the Candace's like best friend from like District 12. What was his name?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
You know what's funny? I read all the books and I don't remember. I didn't watch all the movies.
I have the book somewhere. I'm not gonna look for it now.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, like those movies also blew up, but I like how like they never like they finished, but like the last one got like really poor reviews, so no one talks about it. It's like
it's like oh, did you see Hunger Games? That was really good. Oh, we don't talk about
like the first one was okay. The second one was like, and then the third one was like really stretching it. And then what is it? I have a friend
like at that point I'm like, where are you getting the fun?
What is it? I have a friend who's like, the Hunger Games had so much potential, like the concept at hand had so much potential. But then the writer just grabbed it and threw all of the potential out a window and then started writing the books.
Yeah, sounds about right.
No, the problem was, Victor, is that the books...
I love how you got so serious. No, the problem is...
The book should have been, like, for a more mature audience, because then you could have done, like, a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
But then the problem is that they tried to run a young adult novel. That doesn't work.
Yeah. When you're going to create a movie about people who all... end up in like a location where they have to kill each other, you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna make this PG-13.
No, I love when they're like killing people and like they're like you stab someone and then you see the knife pull back and it's just like a shiny knife.
It's just a shiny knife.
It's just a shiny knife.
It's like I'm putting oil on the blade.
You're like, how did he? That's not how it really works. Grab a knife, I'm just stabbing you.
Like, let me try real quick. I'm gonna stab you real quick. We're gonna find out if this is legit.
Well, there's a scene in the movie's Knives Out where like the guy tries to stab this other guy with like a knife, and it's like a fake knife. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
It's really funny because it's like there's a. Have you seen the movie Knives Out?
No.
Watch it.
Where did you go?
We'll talk about this later. There's a lot of like there's a lot of elements in that movie that like it's really well written.
He's got an iPhone.
Like I disappeared. I'm not even on screen anymore. My camera's autofocus is like just having a hard time today because it's because of the light. It's because of the light.
Okay. I love how the like screen light is just like basically just on and off now. Man, the glare. Why is the sun moving?
Forget about the glare, man.
Man, the sun's setting.
Oh my gosh! Like, why is it setting? I don't need this. Like, who thought this was okay?
Mother Nature.
No, God.
Brennan just looks like.
I'm telling you, we need to get a soundboard. Honestly, like...
Brennan didn't like the tension in the air. He was just like, "We gotta add something."
We need a soundboard, man. I need like a bunch of meme sounds, just like randomly. Just like a very serious conversation, and just randomly hear some guy like laughing, just like out of nowhere. That's what I need.
I just feel like you'd record yourself as the Chipotle kid and then just play that every time.
Honestly, I would. Because I can do the Chipotle kid voice. I'm not going to do it now.
Have you heard him, Brennan? Have you heard him do it?
No. I'll be honest with you, you kept cutting out, so I didn't hear a single thing.
Okay, so I think there's an episode where he does it like, okay, so here's the thing, Brennan. He practiced alongside this kid where he sounds just like the Chipotle kid. And it is like, it's almost like the first few times he did it, I was like, why are you watching this video on repeat? He's like,
I will learn this voice.
He's like, I'm doing it. And I'm like, I'm doing it. And now he can do it like almost perfectly. Like he sounds so much like the kid.
I need some water. We've been talking for so long, and I feel like I've been talking way too loud.
You have been.
I know.
We've been like yelling.
It's gonna be a hard...
Brennan's poor ears are like just like bleeding out because we're just like yelling at him.
Are you using what the brain lag? Oh my gosh, what were we talking about?
How do you do this?
I'm sorry, I'm just turning this into like a long ongoing joke.
Brennan is so confused.
You know what we're gonna call this episode? What were we talking about? That's exactly what we're gonna call it. Like from Chicken Little, like randomly when his dad's like talking to him, that's literally the scene I'm doing again and again and again.
The sky is falling.
The sky is falling. No, it's not. The sun's falling. It's getting in my eyes. It's glaring.
I think of like all the amount of like references and jokes we make in like.
Actually, just earlier we made a joke about Iron Man. Did you catch it?
What?
We said there was a little gray area, and he says that in Spider-Man: Homecoming to Peter. He's like, don't do anything I would do. Don't do anything I would do. It's a little gray area where you're offering. That's how much of a nerd I am.
We're dropping in so many references, Brennan. Brennan's like, wait a minute, I gotta like go back and listen to this whole episode.
No, yes, I gotta go back and watch Homecoming for that specific part.
Brennan's like, this is insane. Okay, so Brennan, we've started this crazy like undertaking where we've been watching all the Marvel movies in like timeline order. So like you start with Captain America, then Captain Marvel, then Iron Man, then and you progress in the timeline. But like watching it like in a cohesive timeline as if like a connective story is insane. Like the amount of like references and like tie-ins and like it's just like it's so like well thought out and storyboarded so properly that you're like, this is really beautiful. Like, wow, Kevin Feige, you keep outdoing yourself. Just stop.
Like no, like honestly, you watch Iron Man 1 and they make a reference. Like so slightly of a reference. And you're just like, oh my gosh, that happens like near the end of the whole story. It's crazy. Honestly.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
A lot of things blew your mind, bro.
I know.
Also, like, the sun is starting to burn your face.
Bro, I'm getting that vitamin D, and I haven't been going out as much.
Hey, man, I look so pale. Like I don't even like my like the difference between my chest and my neck.
Noticed that. Oh my god.
are like insane. Like this is how much little sunlight I'm getting. I'm turning white. Not that that's a bad thing, but like
for your Latino.
Yeah.
We like to keep it almost like a light caramelization. You know what I'm saying? That's where we ride at.
Yeah. Brennan, one of these days when the quarantine's over, I want to come over and film a sketch with you, and I want to be the cameraman.
You can be the cameraman?
Yeah. Just because I feel like you'd be able to execute so many more things.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
We'll do it one day.
We'll do it.
We'll do it.
I want all the.
He's gonna be a part of the group. I'm not kidding. When we form a group, hopefully, eventually, I'm bringing you with me. We're moving to LA.
The only person he's taking. You're the only person he's taking with you.
That's the only.
Everybody else is just staying behind.
Well, I have a few other people, but I'm not gonna just yell it out here.
Red's gonna be like, it's like, are you paying for like my ticket, my passport?
Bro, I said I'm bringing him.
I didn't say I was buying.
No. When I mean I'm bringing him, I mean I'm paying for everything and he's coming.
I can't imagine what that would be like. I think it'd be. The other day I was thinking about this. I'm like, if you were to like with you, some of like the things you and your friends do are like. I feel like when you guys enter like this like the college or university stage of life, there's gonna be so many more crazy and like insane things that are gonna start happening.
Nah, we're boring.
You don't know that. And I know for a fact that's going to start happening.
Oh, it already has. I just don't tell you lots.
Look, here's the thing. Like, that's the thing. You can't really talk about it because it's not exactly okay to talk. You know what I mean? It's when you're an adult, it doesn't matter anymore. Because when you're an adult, there's like this, like, it's not a gray area anymore.
Go look at Carly's TikTok.
I can't look at Carly's TikTok.
Have you seen Carly's TikTok?
Yes, I have. Many. I don't know how he's not banned yet.
No, me too.
This is why I said that we can't talk about Carly's TikTok. We have a TikTok account, Brennan, for the podcast.
Yeah.
No TikToks on it, so don't expect anything.
Carly's following us, but like I don't know, like it's just kind of up. That's why I was asking for a TikTok so we could follow you. With the podcast TikTok, which I'm changing. I've changed its name now.
What is it? Oh my gosh!
I changed it.
You know what? Don't reveal. We're gonna do it once I decide to make a TikTok. See, and I might have Brennan help me out. Yes.
From a long distance.
Well, you can do that. He can record his part. I can record my part. And just do it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, sure. Okay. Brennan, do you have?
You can't see him now.
Brennan, do you have any advice to give people who are losing their minds right now in this difficult time of quarantine?
Well, just recently, I was talking with my music teacher, and he said, well, not even just my music teacher, they sent out an email talking about how our marks cannot go down. So, you know what I'm saying? I know you're trying to get your marks up, but maybe just this one time, you don't gotta do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's terrible advice. What if your grade was already like bad before
Well,
March?
then yeah, you definitely got to do it. You know what I'm saying? like hey, you if you actually care about it, you should probably do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Brennan, you know what's great about college and university? There are times where you can like the exam isn't worth as like the final exam. Like, okay, so I had this class. The project was worth 50% of my final grade, and then I had to do this paper that was worth like another 30%, and then the exam was only worth like 20%, and then like the last 10% I think was like part of participation or something like that. I don't remember. I think it was like 5%, something like that. Doesn't matter. Here's the thing, Brennan. By the time I finished, like by the time I got to the exam, I already had an A in the class. In other words, I had an 80 in the class. In other words, I could have bombed the exam and still passed the class.
that's solid. That's really good.
Yeah, that's the life we live. But here's the thing, like that's like, and I had teachers, and like I used to break this down for people. Like, but how do you know that? How are you do? I'm like, because I did the math already. They're like, you did the math already, and I'm like, yeah, that's
what you do.
That's literally me. Like I'll do my exam, and at the end of the exam, at the back on the back of the page, I'll start doing out like hypothetically if I got all the ones I answered right and like the ones I'm iffy about, and then I'll write out what mark I think I got on the bottom of the page. I'll be like, I think I got this. I'm like, just thought you should know. Like I marked the exam for the professor.
But they're still gonna check it over because like,
of course.
This kid threw in a wrong number.
No, I know. But then I'll throw in like my other grades for all my other stuff. I had this one teacher like talked to me. She's like, "What were you doing on the back of the exam?" He's like, "Why?" Because like, what's all this math? I'm like, "Oh, I was trying to find out like what my grade would be when the exam was." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "She's like because we have to stay at least an hour in the exam, like in the exam room when you write, you have to stay at least an hour."
Yeah.
I wrote the exam in 30 minutes. So I'm like, I had to burn time. I had to burn time, so I just start doing the math, And they're like, you're studying to be a social worker, right? And I go, yeah. You don't need math. And I was like, so I know the math, I can do it. But it was like, they were just like, what are you doing? And they're like, how did you finish that fast? It was like 100 questions.
You're like, miss, it's not 100 questions when all the first 25 are like A.
So. No. Okay, look, it's like 100 questions, and they're all multiple choice. Brennan, here's the thing. I used to write 500 question exams in like 2.5 hours. So that's like, it works out to like anywhere between like 20 to 25 seconds a question. So, 100 questions isn't exactly like, and she was like, that's insane. That should be illegal. And I go, I think it was. I also had this one math exam where we like, when I walked out, like I signed my name and like I dated it. And it was like, I think it was like 2016, but I put 2012 on the exam.
I've done that.
Like 2012. And I go hand it in to the professor. And the professor goes, Adrian, get out. I'm like, why? It's like, you're seeing too many numbers now, man. You wrote down the wrong date. And I grabbed the paper out of my hand. I look at it. I'm like, oh. He's like, why are you stuck in 2012? I'm like, sir, the world ended that year. Here you go. And I walked out. It just stopped in 2012. In my brain, nothing past 2012 exists. This is all like the afterlife. So we're actually all in a simulation moving forward.
This is the Matrix. Welcome.
None of this is real. That's why TikTok has gotten so out of hand, and all these young people are getting famous for no reason.
It's the algorithm. It's broken. It's a bug.
It's also like over-sexualizing everything on the platform.
See, that's a problem though, because there's like a lot of people my age doing it.
Everyone's like a minor on there. It's like I'm be scrolling, and Brennan's like thinking about it, it's like, oh my gosh. I'm like me as an adult.
But for Brennan,
like,
it's okay. Brennan's like, oh yes, okay, that's okay. But like for you,
for me, it's like
adult,
I'm gonna go to prison for scrolling through like TikTok. Like, what is this? Like, this is a problem. It's like like, what is it the other day? What is it like? Have you seen those like the pictures like the legs and the boots? Where it was like, okay, so that's like I think she's like a Korean K-pop singer, or is she a J-pop singer? I don't know. She's like from Asia. she's a singer, okay?
Yeah.
And like everybody was trying to figure out where it came from, and it was really funny because as soon as I saw it was really bizarre, Brennan. I'm be real. Like all I saw was like the legs part. I'm like, where have I seen this before? And I scroll through like my YouTube history, scrolling through my YouTube history, which is like very extensive because I've had
quarantine.
Because I have nothing to do but watch YouTube. So I'm like scrolling through my YouTube history, and I'm like, I know this is from somewhere. So I started searching like artists and stuff, and I found the exact video where that screenshot was taken from. It took me 10 minutes. And they're like people on Twitter, who is this? 3 hours later,
Yeah, but
no
they
one
don't
had
have.
still-
But they don't have like
the knowledge I have.
exactly. You know, you could always just drop that. Be like, here's my Google account. Here's my history, and here's what I searched in Google.
No, I'm not gonna do that. That's just weird. No one wants to look at another person's search history. That's like a no-go, right, Brennan?
Understandable. Yeah.
There's like, yeah, no, like I had a friend who's like, he's like, he sent me this clip. I'll send it to you later. This clip of like this guy going through like his search history. Like it's fairly inappropriate, but it's just so funny. It's hilarious. Actually, you've probably seen it already anyway. I think we should wrap up. We've been doing this for almost an hour now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what we've been talking about?
What were we talking about?
You just had to end it on that, didn't you? You just had to do it.
No, honestly, what were we talking about? Like, I honestly just forgot.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap up because
Brennan's like, what?
What?
Brennan's not ready for us to end. He's like, once the call ends, I'm gonna be bored.
We can be bored together.
Just carry my laptop around the whole house.
We'll give you
A virtual tour of our house.
You don't need to leave the inside of your home. We'll show you everything here. Just joking. What were we talking about?
You were gonna wrap up.
Oh yeah, that's right. How do I wrap up again?
I'm not even gonna do it.
Can you play the clip? Just joking.
There is no clip.
I know. Okay, guys, this has been Two Latin Brothers Podcast. We'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, everything's always in the description. We'll leave Brennan's TikTok. Just joking. We'll leave his Instagram because, you know, that's amazing.
I'm sure his TikTok is linked somewhere there.
Honestly, I will find it.
Why don't you just ask Carly?
I can just ask Carly. Is Carly?
Ask him.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you after, and then I'm gonna upload it.
Brennan's like, I don't know how I feel about this.
You don't have to send it. You don't. We won't post it if you don't want us to.
It's whatever. I don't really care.
What is all this defense? And then you're just like, I'm gonna shut it down right here, right now. Like,
I
don't care.
It's like a deactivate. Just pulls out his phone, deactivate.
Yeah, so I was saying, everything's always in the description. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram. We'll be putting a story saying the episode's up. Yeah, this is
Sorry for the late episode.
Yeah, sorry for the late episode. We'll catch you guys next.
Thing.
Yeah.
Everyone, please listen to Drake's new mixtape. That is
all. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to like make a story now and just tag Drake on it now.
All right.
You know, it's all Brennan's doing. I warned him. This might happen. You might get to meet Drake.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Hey, yo, shout out Aubrey Graham. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Jimmy from Degrassi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He's gonna be like, I'm gonna meet all these people. You know, I'm gonna start
This is why he's taking you with them.
This is why I'm taking you gotta meet all these people, man.
What is it? Did you see the episode where we talk with the guy from Magic?
Who?
The guitarist from Magic, you know, the guy who's saying, the guy who helped write, "Why you gotta be so rude?"
You guys talked with him?
Yeah, we had
him on the podcast.
Yeah, like a whole conversation.
Check that out.
Yeah, it's his name's Mark Pelly. I keep shouting him out like every episode.
Yeah, go check him out. You know, we're gonna also tag him underneath Drake. You know,
you can't tag the whole world.
I'm gonna tag the entire. You know, I'm gonna break. Is there a world record? I'm gonna break it.
I think there's a limit of how many people you can tag. There's got to be a limit.
There's gotta be a limit. There's no way.
There's ways.
You're just gonna start typing in like random names and just tagging like everyone he follows into the post. Is there a way to do that? To tag everyone that follows you simultaneously in one post?
I don't think so.
There's no like mass tag.
Yeah, there's like a mass tag where you just tag everyone you follow.
But like that would simultaneously give a notification to everyone.
Exactly. So everyone who follows you now sees it.
okay.
See, this
is why it's not a thing. You see, because like every like celebrity would just take that into their own like all their followers just like boom.
Now the whole world knows.
The whole world knows. All 7 million
It'd be really
of their
funny.
followers.
It'd be really funny because you'd be like scrolling through Instagram, all of a sudden you get like a DM, you click on it, and it's just Drake shouting out his new like mixtape.
You're like, oh my gosh, Drake DM'd me.
And then you click on the post, and you find out that everyone on his that follows him has been tagged. You're just like, what a sad day. I thought it was like a personalized message just for me.
It's like he messed up. His thumb slipped up, man. Yeah, we're gonna cut it here now because we've actually gone 1 hour, 15 seconds. 16, 18.
Stop counting. All right.
Okay, guys. As I said, we'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.